In public life, popularity is king. Popular celebrities make the most money. Popular TV hosts stay on the air. Thank you, thank you. But in our #1 story, nothing is more public nor more independent on popularity than politics. It dictates what bills are passed and most of all wins elections. And what happens when the popularity of all of Congress sinks behind that of the radical and very seldom held belief that we should change this country from democracy to communism? To illustrate how poorly Congress is doing in popularity, Senator Michael Bennet of Colorado decided to create some charts to show how far popularity of Congress has fallen, an all-time low 9% approval rating. But it was his next chart that really showed the historical context of this unpopularity.
We did some research, Mr. President, to find out what else is at 9%. And we couldn't find virtually anything. The Internal Revenue Service has a 40% approval rating. BP had a 16% approval rating at the height of the oil spill. There's an actress who's at 15%. More people support the United States becoming communist. I guess we can take some comfort that Fidel Castro is at 5%.
As poorly as Congress is doing, nobody's dropping as quickly in the approval polls as Herman Cain. Seems the more people see him speak, the more they realize how much of a joke he is, which may explain why he canceled a meeting with the union leader, New Hampshire's leading newspaper. It's a conservative force there. He started first by saying he didn't want the meeting videotaped. Videos are typically used for television, and it's a newspaper. We decided we didn't want to do the video. You know, newspapers have been posting videos since the 90s. No, you're right. The less people who see your message, the better for you candidate. In order to make sure it was not on tape, Cain never showed up. That's not how The Godfather sees it. He claims he was the paper that canceled the meeting. Of course, I believe that. Cain's last editorial board meeting went so well in Milwaukee, I'm sure he's just chomping at the bit to do another. Needed a quick nap. But the best reaction came from the union leader's editorial page editor, Drew Klein. If Cain is more than 30 minutes late for our interview, is our next one free? Joining me on that note, comedian, activist, and Countdown contributor Maysoon Zayid. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
As if you could top this guy from the union leader. I mean, that's a hell of a line.
It is.
I'd be proud of that line.
I don't think you guys understand what Herman Cain is trying to do.
Oh, clearly.
This is a publicity strategy. Yeah. It's called the Kardashian.
Nice.
When you have negative backlash, you have to hide out until people demand you come back. But what Herman Cain doesn't understand is you don't get to hide out when you're running for president.
Mm-hmm. And why, of all people, would you want to piss off the union leader in Manchester, New Hampshire, which really is, I mean, it was the first conservative newspaper that stood up on its back legs and said, we're going to do it our way, and if you're not conservative enough, we're not going to give you an endorsement.
Well, Herman Cain's conservative, and he feels like they're betraying print by using video.
Nice.
He's standing for something.
I see, standing for the year 1999.
Yeah.
That's what it means. We finally figured it out.
We figured it out.
Have you ever seen, from your point of view, from your comedian's experience, such a bewildering variety of caricatures of fodder for you in this current crop of GOP candidates like Cain and the rest of them?
No, I haven't. And I always say it's like they're SNL characters of themselves. And when you think they can't top it, they do. Between Newt with Freddie Mac and Herman Cain not knowing that, like, Gaddafi was paraded around on a stick. Rick Perry calling Barack Obama privileged.
Yeah.
Yes, because a mixed child growing up in a single home in the 70s is privileged. Like, we can say that POTUS is out of touch.
Yes.
We could say that. He's in Australia right now. As you know, the Wizard of New York City, Bloomberg, lets his thugs beat the stuffing out of people as if this is Tahrir Square. But he wasn't a privileged child.
That's right. No one who has any idea of his background could ever make that claim and not burst into flames the moment they said it. All right, about this sort of headline here, the Congress popularity numbers. Let's take a look at the Bennett chart again, and we'll see what else is more popular than Congress at the moment. Lawyers are at 29%. Nixon during Watergate was at 24%. Paris Hilton, Hugo Chavez, and again, people who want this country to turn to a communist state. Is there anything other than that last little lonesome picture of Fidel Castro in the corner? Is there anything that could be less popular than Congress at the moment?
At this point, the only thing that could be less popular than Congress are pedophiles and the dude who pepper sprayed Dorley Rainey in the face. Those are the only things, because they're like, I mean, first of all, BP oil spill.
Right.
Not BP, the company. The spill was more popular than Congress. Killing birds and dolphins, more popular than Congress.
Yes.
Turning into communism. Standing on bread lines and giving your child to be raised to be Drago from Rocky IV is more popular than Paris Hilton, who shouldn't even be in the single digits. More popular than Congress.
All right, so is there any hope? I mean, do they need a celebrity makeover? Do we need to make it American Congressional Idol, Dancing with Congress, toddlers and Congress and tiaras? What do we need to do?
Well, I think the first thing that they need to do is they need to stop selling themselves to the highest bidder, because according to my mom, that's not governing, that's prostitution. But if that doesn't work, I think that those poor exploited girls from toddlers and tiaras could do a much better job than the current Congress.
Is there, and you hold out any hope for Congress, or do we have to go have a constitutional convention and come up with something else between the Supreme Court and the president and fill up all those empty buildings in Washington that would happen if we got rid of all of them at once?
No, I think there's hope. I think that they simply need an intervention. We need to, take them and sequester them and put them in a room and have them watch every single thing they've done for the past 16 years until they repent and reform.
So you just recycle the same tape every 20 minutes because there's not a lot they've done for the last 16 years.
Either that or you just flush them out and start all over.
Or send Occupy New York, I guess we'll have to call it as of tonight, 35,000 people to occupy Congress. You'll see what happens there.
See what happens there.
Countdown contributor Maysoon Zayid, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Before we go again, the last report from downtown Manhattan, perhaps 35,000, at least somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 on the streets of Manhattan, at Foley Square, at Zuccotti Park, crossing the Brooklyn Bridge on the 2-month anniversary of the start of Occupy Wall Street. That's Countdown. I'm Keith Olbermann. Congratulations on surviving another night of this crap. Good night and good luck.